Hello, how are you guys? I am back to do another video. You guys remember the doodle, right? The dip pen doodle? Well, now we're going to do something with it. Hooray! No. I'm going to use a number 2 by Silver, which is also the company that does silver black velvet. But you just need to get out the smallest brush you have if you're following along, or if you're doing this later. Just get out the smallest, you know, size 2, size 4, whatever you have. And if you drew them bigger, then maybe, you know, you just really kind of want to use a small brush. What we are going to do is we're going to watercolor. And we're going to do what's called no line watercoloring. And what that means is, and why we had to use the distress inks or something that's water soluble, and not something that you're going to see after you want something that's going to kind of wash away with the watercolor, is for that purpose. And then that's why it's called no line watercolor. Like right now, you can see all those lines that I drew in. But when I go to paint, all those lines are going to meld in, disappear, wash away with the watercolor. And that's why it's called no line watercolor. So we're going to paint our poinsettias now. Poinsettias, whatever, whichever. Depends on, I guess, which part of the world you're from, or which part of the state you're from. You know, whatever you want to call them, you call them whatever. So I've got out a couple. Oh, I didn't get out my green here, but let's see. I think I will use. This is a nice dark piney green. So I'm gonna get that out, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around and do a couple of the one of these flowers. I'm gonna go around and do a few of the petals in real-time mode, and then because a lot of it's repetitive, right? So, and I don't want to bore you guys to death, and it takes time to go around and do this, but I want you to see the process. So I'm going to do some of it in real-time mode, and some of it I'll do on one-time fast forward, so you guys can see the process, not be too fast, but not have to, you know, stay, you know, the whole hour watching me, you know, paint and watch the paint dry. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. So yeah, and I hope you guys will play along. So, you know, get out your small brushes, get out your paper that you doodled on, and hopefully, if you don't have a dip pen, like I said, hopefully you found another way to dip into your inks or your distress inks and that. And that's the whole purpose of using, again, a water-soluble ink that's going to, in something in a lighter color that's going to wash away with your watercolor, and it's for that purpose, okay? So what I'm going to do here is, let me scoot you guys. Let's scooch over this way so I can, maybe that's too far. Oh, let's scooch back one over this way. Alright, so you guys can kind of see my palette and what I'm painting at the same time, and if I go off, then, you know, hopefully it's not too bad. Alright, so, in this well, I've got a mix of alizarin crimson and perylene maroon. It makes a really nice, deep but vibrant red together. And that's just the mix I went with. Perylene maroon is very deep, chimney, Christmassy red, but with a deeper tone. And the alizarin crimson can be kind of pinky in tone at times. So I like to mix them when I'm doing something that's supposed to be this red. Okay, so yeah. So I'm just going to wet my paint down here, get it nice and juicy. Okay, and I've got my green here for our poinsettia leaves, and I've got a little bit of purple. That's gonna get mixed on our poinsettia leaves here with the red. Yep. And I've got a little bit of yellow for little berries and stuff, so we'll get there. And then what I'll do is intermittently through the painting, if I need to come back and talk to you, I will, but I'll put on some music for the fast forward part. Yeah. Okay. So let me just, I'm going to get going. Again, this is just a really small brush. All right, so let me get this ready. Okay, I think I'm good. So I'm going to get started. So I'm going to, let's I'll do the one, I'll do the big one because it's the biggest one. And I'm going to go along the lines. I'm going to go along the lines, and I'm going to put some red paint in there. Okay, and then I'm going to rinse my brush, and I'm going to pick up some of the purple, and I'm going to let them mix on the paper. And I'm going right over my lines, and you're going to see that all my lines are going to disappear. And the reason why you want a small brush is because you don't want a lot of water to backlog into your painting, right? Okay. And you're going to get some variation in your coloring, which will make it look more natural. And you're going to want to go, like, you know, you don't want to do one petal right next to each other. This is still not, this needs to be a little more juicier. I want a little more juicier paint here. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to this one. And again, I'm going to go right over my lines. And those lines are going to just disappear. When I paint over them. And if you do have to go in for extra moisture, make sure you tap off your brush so you're not backwashing into your paint, because then you will cause yourself to have a harsh line where you don't want it. A very unflattering one nonetheless. Okay? And then what I'll do is I'm going to vary the petals. Like here, let's just do, I'll just do a full one of the red mix here with just very little water. Okay. And I'm going right over my lines, and they're disappearing, and I'll hold this up in just a second. Let me finish this one petal. And if you watched my intro video, and if you really want to follow along and get proficient in this, you're going to want to pick up your, the best ink for this, from my understanding, is the antique linen, which I'm going to keep picking some up. But see, those lines that I've drawn, they've just disappeared. Now, if you guys did watch the what was I going to say? I don't remember now what I was going to say. I guess it don't rightly matter, but I was going to say something. Okay, so let's go over to this one. And I'm going to come in again. And you'll get to know the feel of the brush, if it's, you know, if you've got too much water or too much pigment. You'll get to know the feeling of the brush, where it needs to be. And this one I might take just a tad bit of purple and just put that in there. And let that wick up by itself. A lot of times with watercolor, the best thing to do is just watch it do what it wants, you know, just let the watercolor do what it wants to do. And that's what a lot of people have problems with, because they want to control it. Watercolor is best left alone. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I'll do one of the big ones on the one of the big petals here. Let's see, those aren't quite dry. Let's go over here, and I'll go down here. I wouldn't normally do the big petal before doing the little one, but I'm going to do it out of order for you guys so you can see how a big one might look. And again, I'm going to come around. And it's okay. And you want that variation, right? So, because when I come back around now, I'm going to want the tip of that petal to be much lighter when it goes against the red to be able to pop, right? But you want your dark to be in the darkest point to give you shadows and to also dissolve your ink that you've drawn with. And a lot of people that do no line coloring, from what I see, they use stamps. They don't draw it in like I did. So I don't know if that's something, if I'm happening on something new, you know, quite possible. Okay. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'm gonna go put you on the fast forward now, and I'll come back as I do different parts of the painting. Okay? And I will be, for you it'll be, you know, it's going to be fast because I'm going to go in fast forward mode. But then, like I said, I'll slow down at different parts of the painting. Okay? guys, so I'm back. I just wanted to show you where we're at so far. And so they're nicely painted, all like purpley and red, and I did probably put a little bit too much purple in them, but that's all right. I like them. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this red, and maybe I'll put a little bit of the yellow in there. If I want to do that, and get like a orange maybe. Coral, and I want to, we're going to fade out our center so it's lighter on one side and darker on the other, right? So it's shadowed. Yeah, you guys can see that. So see how it's lighter on one side and dark on the other? So that's what we're going to do. So let's get this a little bit more orange in there. Get some paint on our brush. And again, I'm going to put in the paint in like a half moon circle. Fill it in. And then rinse my brush. And mark it out. Oh, and I didn't get as much. Just push it back a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. And then what we'll do is we're going to mix the purple. We'll come back and we'll do just a dark little line on one side. You'll see. Okay. I wanted to show you guys this in real time. And as long as you're not putting too much water in there, you can see I grew up on that one petal over there, but that's all right. I left it alone and came back to it, so I didn't overwork it, and it turned out fine. Yeah. And my lines, I mean, yeah, I think they are fabulous. I think they're pretty. Okay, so there's that. Then let me get out some more purple. I'm using quinacridone violet for my purple. I don't know if I told you guys that. Quinacridone violet, or any vibrant purple in your, whatever you have in your palette. Okay. Yeah, let's mix that with, I have some more of just the alizarin crimson on this side, and taking some of that quin violet and changing the color of the alizarin crimson to a little bit more on the pinky side. So we still use the same colors in the painting to make it harmonious. You know, if you can mix and not introduce a new color, then you're okay. And so I'm going to kind of do the same thing with the berries. I'm going to leave a little light on them, So like as light is hitting them, so I'll leave a little speck of whiteness of the paper showing through, so they have that what looks like whiteness. So I'm going to do the same thing though, but they'll have a smaller speck of the paper showing through that we did with the middles. Okay, so I'm going to load up my brush here, and let's see, this one, okay. Remember, I told you those lines wouldn't matter, and this is why. Okay. And it's okay. I like to go a little bit past the line. And this way I make sure to capture the whole berry. And so see, I left just a little speck of white. Oh, oops. Wrong color. What? Showing a hair in my palette. How did that get in there? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to quickly, I'm going to do another one real quick, and then I'm going to go into fast forward. And for the mix for the orangey berries, I'm going to take some of the original mix of the alizarin crimson and the perylene maroon, and I'm going to mix that with the yellow, which is New Gamboge. Here, you can see New Gamboge. That's the only other color that I've already kind of introduced here that's going to mix in. So other than that, these are the only colors and that and the green, which I'm going to take the New Gamboge and use that with the green in conjunction to do the leaves. So that way there's a little bit of all four of these colors in this one painting. That's it. You're going to get different tones and shades, and it all depends on where you lay your color, how you mix your colors, and how you let them mix on the paper. And all you need is 4 colors for shadows and shading, all of that. So that's what I'm doing now. So the first mix we did with the flowers, we used our alizarin crimson and our perylene maroon mixed together as our reds, and then we hit it with some of the quinacridone violet. And now I took the violet and I mixed it with just straight up alizarin crimson, and I'm getting a lighter purpley color for our red berries. And then we're going to take our original red mix and mix that with our yellow for our orange berries. So let's do another one here. And then what I'll do here is after I'm done doing these berries and they've dried, or I don't know, maybe I'll do it before as I'm done with them. But I will do the stem also in this purpley color. So there you go. All right, so I'm going to go around and do that. And then once I decide how I'm going to do the stems, if I'm going to let them dry or not, I'll let you know that. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm getting ready to do the leaves, but I want to show you where we're at right about now. It's looking pretty good. We're getting there. I do got a couple harsh spots in the flowers, and that's just because, well, I was a little heavy-handed. So, but all in all, it's looking pretty good. So let's get to the leaves now. I gotta coax out a little bit more yellow here. I'm just going to make a spot over here. Let's see. This is called New Gamboge. Any vibrant orangey yellow, more yellow than orange, will work. I'm going to take some of my green and mix it in over here so I have a lighter color green. Okay. Just in case I want a different color. I like to have not a lighter color, because a different tone, a different green tone in the mix there. All right. because a lot of times I like to lighten my color by using a different tone of that. So as you see me do with the flowers, I went in with a red and a purple versus, you know, or I'll go with a different color of red. Okay, so let's just do this one right here at the end. Okay, and I'm going to get my green fully activated here. Make sure it's nice and juicy. It's basically the same thing. You want our darkest spot in the corner there. I'm going to go right up to the line and then tap off the brush, walk up the pigment. Ooh, that's too much. I'm going to bring some of it down. I'm going to let it travel there. And then what I'll do is I'll bring in a little bit of this olive green here, and I'll finish painting it out. Absolutely awesome. So I got this, again, I got this no line watercolor idea from, Kristina, what is her name? I'll put a link to her channel in my video box, but her name is Kristina Werner here on YouTube. She's the one I got the idea from. Yeah. Okay, and let's do another one here. This one we'll just make it completely green, and we'll just lighten it with a little bit of water. Careful going around our berry there. We don't want to intrude on our berry. Not enough water. Bring more water in. Be careful if you want it bloomy, but be careful you don't backwash, because then you'll get blooms. Give this one enough pigment, I think. There we go. Lighten the edge up a little bit. You can do it while the area is still wet, but once it starts to dry, you want to make sure you leave it alone and come back to it when it's not as wet. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone now. Let's do one more in real time, and then I'm going to put you on fast forward. Again, do this one here. There we go. Okay. So far, so good. All right. Like I said, I'm gonna go into fast forward, and then I'll see you at the end. Okay, guys, I think it's good. What do you think? Easy peasy, right? I think so. A little bit of color and no lines. Yeah, and let me know in the comments if you tried it. Uh, if you've tried it before, if you've tried it with a dip pen, if you will try it, and what you think. Um, you know what though? I do see that I did forget one thing before we go. We forgot to darken up our centers. I did want to do that. Uh, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Just put a tinge of this purple on the darker side. And I'm just going to put a line there. And then I'll take my glasses back off. And then blend that back out. And come back in. Maybe go in with the red so I can get a nice blend. Yeah, that's what I wanted. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Purple is the best. Again, using a dark from the paints colors that we've already used. Again, with this purple, going to go in on the darkest side of the circle. Okay, I'm going to pick up some of our red here, and then go in with that. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, one more. Oops. Okay. Yep. I'm liking that. Okay. Now, again, let me know if you've, again, the no line watercoloring technique I picked up from Kristina Werner here on YouTube, and I will post the link to her channel in my description box. The drawing and the doodling and all that this is the second part to the dip pen doodling and drawing I posted a day or so ago. I'm not sure when you're going to see this part. So make sure you go back and watch that. And then in the comments of this video, let me know if you've drawn with dip pen, if you've watercolored with it, if you've tried no line watercoloring, if you like it, if you'll try this, what you think of this. And if you do try this, there's going to be a part 3. Just saying. Just in time for the holidays. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Love you all. Take care.